Hey, guess what? It's February and the sun is out. So Sally and myself, we jump into the car and we head out on a 2.25 hour journey to RSPB Conwy on the Welsh coast. We've both been to Conwy many times in the past, but we've never visited the reserve, and I was really surprised how lovely the place is. Some great views there, which meant I could also throw in some landscape photography together with the birds and wildlife. And the facilities there are great. Lovely cafe, clean spacious toilets, you could get a wheelchair in, comfy hides, and it's fairly flat route all the way around the reserve and along the estuary. You can also leave your car in the car park, continue your walk right up to Conwy itself, see the castle, but just remember the car park closes at 5 p.m. and the gates are locked. Just remember that. So here's a bit more basic info about the actual place, and I really do recommend it. It's a fantastic location for birds, for wildlife, insects, a bit of everything, and those great views as well. Park up your car and pay at the entrance via the shop. So as I walked up here, I passed a couple of trees and seen some greenfinch and other various little birds, and then we progressed up here and it was great. Just to the left of this I could see these male shoveler ducks, beautiful ducks. It was along there with the female, and loads of oyster catchers there as well. Lots of geese and other birds. On the Blue Tit Trail there's feeders which attract lots of finches and different other birds, and the robins there, they're so tame they will just jump on your hand to take seed from you. It's not just birds that can be seen at the reserve. Throughout the different seasons there's lots of other things you can look for. Insect life, dragonflies, bee orchids, other interesting plants. And the southern half of the reserve is grazed by the Conwy mountain ponies, a local hardy breed, happy to eat the grass and the bramble, the rush and the reeds, and they break up the habitats, keeping it in good condition for a variety of wildlife, particularly the plants that like the known nutrient soil, and the moths and caterpillars that live in the reedbeds and grasslands. And the pony's manure is great for beetles and flies too, so all good for birds. The view to the Conwy mountains. So from this side we've seen lots of different species of birds, and Shelduck, the beautiful Shelduck. We've got one in flight there. The Teal, which is again one of my favourite ducks, beautiful little ducks, the Teal. And this is on the estuary side, so when you're walking along the estuary you'll see lots of different species going along here. We've seen little egret, there was loads and loads of widgeon ducks. The curlew, which you can see going along there in the distance on the shoreline, one of the main protection areas for the curlew going on here. So really interesting birds. We've got the little egret there waiting to catch a fish. And what's next? We've got the redshank, I think, coming up there, the little redshank. Beautiful wading birds, really nice to see. And there's one of the curlew as well, searching in the mud for a meal. Lapwings, lots of lapwings there, again stunning birds. And there's one of the widgeon. There was loads of those around. Oyster catcher in flight, which I really wanted to catch, so I'm glad I got that one. And then you can walk along to Conwy and the castle if you want to, or you could return back into the reserve, but it's worth a nice walk up to the castle and see the views there as well. Fantastic place, really loved it. I encourage you to go.